I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to get screwy, at least unscrewy with the SX Liquid here. I just did a video unboxing it and showing it off, and I'm already ready to take it apart. I want to take a peek inside of here to see what's going on, and I figure I might as well take the rest of it apart to take a look at what makes this thing tick. I want to see what the routing looks like underneath the pickguard here. I want to readjust this neck because, as I showed in my previous video, the neck is on a little bit crooked. I'd like to straighten that out. Also check out how it all connects together. I just want to take stuff apart. You know? It's my stuff. I want to take it apart. Let's do it. I will be putting my preferred gauge of strings on here after I'm done taking it apart and putting it back together. So might as well just sacrifice these and snip them all. I'm anxious to see what's inside this vibrato unit with that screw-in wiggle stick. See if there's any modifications I can make to hold the wiggle stick in a little bit firmer. That would be nice. And if not, if I look at it and go like, I'm not sure I want to mess with this anymore, I've got the descendant trim right here that I can put in. I don't think I'm going to do a reassembly in this video. We're just going to take it apart and see what we find. Here we go. Oh yeah, look at this. I'm going to take a picture of that. Oh yeah, look at that. So I had a lot of people commenting on my initial video of this guitar that I should put one of these tiny little springs, one of these little fender springs that you can buy, into the trim screw to tighten up that arm, which, you know, it has its function. I've honestly been kind of disappointed with these things when I use them with a Strat style trim, because yeah, they'll make it so the arm doesn't flop around, but they don't give that tight firmness that I look for in a wiggle stick arm. The Teflon tape that I use is where I get the feel that I like in a trim arm. Yeah, these do function in a Strat trim, but they would not function with this because the bottom is wide open. If I had dropped one of these springs in there, it would have just fallen straight through into the trim cavity and done nothing. But that's interesting. The collet is absolutely a screw-in. I've got a lot of room left on here to tighten it up. Maybe the Teflon tape is working. I was getting more clinking and clacking than I would like. So I probably still will throw in the Descendant because I have it. If I've got it, why not use it, right? And the Descendant is really super nice. It has the plate is dropped down further into the trim to give you a greater break angle across the bridge, and it has these slots in there to allow the strings to pass through those slots, aiding with that break angle. I wonder, is it compatible with the spacing of the bridge? It looks like it should be fine. I'm not worried about it. If it's a problem, I'll take it off. All right. Is there anything else I want to see here? Otherwise, pretty standard construction for an offset vibrato. Just a different collet, that screw-in collet. No grounding, even though it's drilled for grounding right here off the trim, so it must be grounding off the bridge. Interesting that they would drill it, but not take advantage of the trim as their grounding point. All right, let's get under the pickguard now. I have a feeling I might need to take the neck off to get the pickguard off, but we'll see. So many screws on this pickguard. Are they afraid the whole thing's going to fly off if it doesn't have 30 screws on it? Or can I pull it off without taking off the neck? Ah, there we go. No, I can't because the pickups are screwed into the body, so it's pinched in there. I wanted to take the neck off anyways, so let's just do it. Now we can get the pickguard off, take a peek at the routing. I mean, it's all connected up with the pickups because they're screwed into the body, of course. It's really close to being a swimming pool route. All I'd have to do is knock on those little center guys there with a screwdriver or a chisel and they'd pop right out. I see. I was wondering why I couldn't lower the neck pickup anymore. I think it's caught up on wires that are running underneath it. Standard route here. Yeah, the ground is going to that bridge post. Standard route up here on the upper horn, just enough for that 5-way switch. Not enough extra room to throw in a kill switch anywhere. No extra room on that lower bout. I'd have to remove wood on my own with a router if I wanted to get crazy and put a kill switch or some sort of mod switch here or something like that. Not that that's impossible. Anything is possible with power tools, right? But yeah, everything looks in order. Nice clean routes for a $200 guitar. No complaints there. Does the Descendant drop in? Easy peasy. Looks like it lines up with all the screws, so I might as well throw that on there when I put it together, right? Now the neck joint. Someone commented that they thought maybe this, the over-tightening and the cracks didn't happen because of the factory. It happened because the guitar got jostled in shipping or something. There's a pretty serious indent here. There's no way that was from this getting bumped. And the packaging was in great shape. I don't think this was a shipping situation. I think someone cranked it down just a little bit too hard there, because this indented all the way around. They probably heard a nice crunch when they drilled down on this thing. There's some bright green discoloration around those screw holes there. Is that like a chemical thing? Was there something chemical about the screws or the neck plate that did that? And can I reproduce it? Can I turn this into a bright green guitar by throwing some sort of chemical at the body? Because I would. I'd totally do that. All right, what next? I had a thought that this would be a really fun body for that Baguli aluminum neck that I have, which I'd already taken off of the guitar I had it on. There is a possibility that it won't really be compatible though. It looks a little slimmer, so it will fit. What about the screw holes? I don't know. It looks like it goes down a little bit lower. Let's see what we got here. I think that's kind of cool looking. It's already not a light guitar, so this would add another like 2 or 3 pounds to it, making it a heavy guitar. But that's kind of a cool look. I don't hate that. Let's get the Descendant on there and see how that looks. Does it match up with the screw holes though? That's the tough part with these aluminum necks, is that you can't move the screw holes. They are where they are. Am I going to end up throwing this all back together in this video with these crazy mods? Oh, it might work. Oh, that's crazy. It is a smaller heel, so it won't be a perfect fit. But do I care? Maybe not. As long as I can get it on there straight, right? I'm gonna save this for another time. I'm gonna think about this, but I am gonna put the Descendant on there. Watch me prefer the original trim over the descendant, and I have to take the whole dang thing apart again. Once I got the arm firm with extra Teflon tape, the stock trim isn't bad. It functions, it's smooth, the action of it is smooth, but then the arm itself kind of clanks around a little bit because it's not a tight fit. Where I know this is going to be a very firm and smooth feeling vibrato unit. And it also doubles the value of this guitar. That's just called having fun though, right? Throwing expensive mods onto a $200 guitar, that's just good clean fun. And it helps when you already have the parts around. It's not like I ordered this expensive vibrato just for this budget guitar. I got parts. Let's check it with the aluminum neck one more time. The descendant trim is even that kind of more frosty, stainless sort of look too. Should I just commit? Let's see how the screw holes line up. I'm talking myself into doing more in this video than I originally thought I was gonna do. If I didn't have this neck laying around, I wouldn't even be fudging around with thinking about swapping the neck, because the stock neck is totally fine. Totally comfortable too. It was just crooked. All right. Let's see what kind of trouble we're getting ourselves into here. I'd have to do some drilling because the stock holes aren't big enough to take the machine bolts that this neck used. But let's use 2 of the stock screws to check the spacing on this. All right, I'll get the drill. I've barely had this guitar 5 days. I mean, it's part of the reason why I got it. It's because I wanted to have fun. I wanted to have a project. I wanted to mod something. Anyone who's an official luthier or guitar tech is watching me just hold a guitar body and drill it, and they're just screaming right now. Oh, I've never claimed to be a professional at this stuff. I'm a hobbyist, guys. I'm a hobbyist with cameras. And this is part of the fun in buying $200 guitars too. This is why I like the cheap stuff, because I can get away with doing dumb, fun stuff. Did I misjudge this? Is the spacing wrong? Oh no. Oh no. The neck doesn't go deep enough into the body. Of course. Oh no, I eyeballed it all wrong. It is literally like 2/16 of an inch. Well, 1/8 of an inch. Jeez, off from connecting. Let's see if I can get a shot of that. Well, now I feel like a damn fool. And it looks like it's a little bit off to the side too. Can I steer it? No, it's not gonna work. I drilled it for no reason. Well, not no reason. I learned something. But still. So I would have to really open up these holes. I would actually, the smart thing to do would be to dowel and glue these holes and then completely re-drill for this neck joint, because otherwise it's not going to fit in there. And that's a whole operation I'm not emotionally prepared to tackle right now. Let's see if I can get this neck in straight. And that'll be my neck-based victory for the day. Now that I've made these holes nice and wide, and there's room for the neck to wiggle around on them. Man, I don't enjoy doweling and re-drilling. That might be the sort of thing where if I really want that aluminum neck on this guitar, I might take it to a tech for that. And just put a piece of paper right in there to give it a spacer to keep it straight in that neck joint. I have the receipt from Rondo Music, so I'll pull this off real quick and cut the piece just the way I want it to be. That little bit of paper does actually make it fit in there nice and snug. Gives it a nice flat straight edge to press against as well. So I've actually got it screwed in pretty lightly right now. I'm not going to crank it all the way down because I want to be able to make some quick kind of like bump adjustments once I get the strings back on there to make sure the neck is straight and where I want it to be. That aluminum neck would look so handsome on this guitar though, right? I'm right? You can tell me if you think I'm wrong, but you would be wrong because I'm right. All right, let's get a pack of strings and then I'll button this up and then we'll get it playing again. Stringjoy 11 to 50s, my choice for the surf guitars in my life. Full disclosure, Stringjoy is a sponsor of the 60 Cycle Hum podcast. Use the link down in the description and code HUN at checkout for 10% off? I think it's 10% off. The link also lets Stringjoy know that marketing works. So you could click it and not buy anything. It would help me out. Just a suggestion. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Unless what you want to do is buy a bunch of crappy strings that I don't like. And then I won't respect you. There's only a few brands of strings. And by a few, I mean 2. Where I'm just like, no thank you. I don't want those on a guitar, please. I'm pretty chill with most brands of strings. Looks like the neck's on a little bit straighter, but not perfect. I need to bang it over that way just a little bit. Yeah, that should feel better. And if not, I can make an adjustment later. Yeah! Oh, that feels a lot better. When the arm doesn't like clack around, it means I can get really nice and light and fluttery. More expressive. Also, I tuned to E flat just because I felt like being a silly little goose. Throw some reverb on there from the Dark World. Maybe some fuzz from the Pelican Noiseworks Pelotar. what I hear? I think it twangs now. I think the string change gave it some twang that it didn't have before with the stock strings. Maybe it's the gauge, or maybe just because they're brand new. Yeah, that's what I was missing. Maybe it's the tuning, since I'm in E flat. Not bad. I think the string change is just as much of an important mod as the full tremolo swap. This is great now. With the setup that I did before this video, setting the action where I want it, setting the intonation, and now getting the neck centered, and a much better vibrato. I didn't need to go this premium. I had it in a drawer. I might as well have used it, right? But I probably could have swapped in all sorts of affordable vibratos to get rid of that clink and clank that I was getting with the loose arm here. I mean, this is serviceable. It is smooth. It did function, but I don't like to have play where it clinks and clanks and I don't have my very specific tastes tickled with very smooth, light vibrato use. I want it fast and responsive and articulate. And noiseless too, which is part of being smooth, but also not getting that clanking in there. I don't like the clanking. I want it smooth. Fudged it up. up using this with Dinosaur Ghost. I might actually have the action set up a little bit too low now. It's buzzing out just a tiny bit with these heavier strings. I could just raise it up just a tad, and I think it would be great. Yeah, worlds better, just with a fresh set of strings, and of course a really, premium wiggle stick on there. I'm liking this guitar more and more. I already liked it. Now I'm loving it. What do you guys think? Should I try to commit? Should I eventually do the thing? Should I dowel and glue and re-drill so I can test this? If I do that, it means it's not going back. That is the consequences. If I put that on there, it's living there forever because I have to change the location of the screw holes. I guess it's easier to put new screw holes in the neck. I could dowel and drill the neck again. It's a bit of trouble to test out a neck on something. It's just to see if I like it. I already, I love the look. That would look so cool. But it's absolutely a significant amount of work to make that happen. You can expect to see this guitar more and more on this channel as I do more mods. I think I like the sound of the pickups, but if I'm gonna have fun throwing parts at something, I'm gonna have fun throwing parts at it. So I might swap these pickups for something else, maybe one at a time. Try a different bridge pickup, try a different neck pickup, who knows? I might get crazy and swap the middle pickup, I don't know. I'll do whatever I want. It's my guitar, right? So anyways, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me rude and nasty comments. Support us on Patreon. This guitar was bought with Patreon funds. This is a Patreon funded series. So if you want to see more cool content like this, where I buy guitars and do whatever the heck I want to them, really consider supporting the channel on Patreon. We have to use a decent chunk of what we already pull in on Patreon for keeping the channel going, for paying for goods and services that keep content possible around here. But if we had extra money in the budget, I'd do more stuff like this. So keep that in mind. Thanks for watching. Buy a t-shirt if you're naked and stay grounded.